Hello everybody, welcome to this live about how to make positive affirmations work for you. I think, I find that a lot of people say positive affirmations, they have intention of shifting their lives, and then they find that it's just not working. And so I'm gonna give you some suggestions on why that is. And so we grow up being programmed, having a lot of different beliefs. They come from our families, they come from societies, and these beliefs get embedded deep within us. They get embedded into our unconscious programming, and we live by them, and we don't even realize that we're living by them. And then we go and we try to say these positive affirmations of I am wealthy, I am brilliant, I am successful, I am a millionaire, and our lives don't change. And we're like, well, I'm saying these positive affirmations, why is nothing changing? So actually, I just want to know if you guys can hear me. Can you drop a 1 in the box if you can hear me okay? I just want to check in really quick and just make sure everybody can hear me, because I'm not on a mic right now, but I could get on a mic really fast if you can't hear me. So thank you, Stacy. Thank you. So thank you, Kara. So okay, so we've got this deep embedded programming. Thank you, Kara. We've got this deep embedded programming, and we live our lives by it, and we think we're going to say positive affirmations and that everything's going to change. But here's the thing. We ignore the negative beliefs, the self-limiting beliefs that are programmed into us that we don't even realize we have, because we're operating from them on an unconscious level. And so we don't realize they're there. We don't want to hear them. We don't want to look at them. And then we say positive affirmations and nothing happens. Well, you guys, that's because we have to look at what our operating system is. And from there, we can, once that comes to light, we get the power to shift it. So my teacher, Debbie Ford, used to call that putting ice cream on poop, when we would just say positive affirmations. And I know a lot of people in the spiritual community, and they do yoga, and they say they go to their energy healer, and they get some Reiki, and then they think they're all better, and they think that all their stuff is gone. And it just doesn't work that way. It just really doesn't. And so my teacher, Debbie Ford, who was the most awesome person, and it was through her school that I got my coaching certification. If you don't know who Debbie Ford is, go look her up. She's great. Anyway, Debbie Ford used to call this putting ice cream on poop, because once the ice cream melts, what do you have left? You have poop. So it's really about realizing how you are, operating, and then what you're doing. So Kara, what did you say? No way it doesn't. Was that to me? Thanks for the hearts, you guys. I love them. I love these hearts. Okay, hold on. There's a plane or a helicopter going overhead, so we're just gonna give that a minute. And actually, what I'm gonna do as that is going by is I'm gonna put myself on a mic so that you can hear me better. So another thing that kills positive affirmations is comparing yourselves to other people. I am going to put my mic. So yes, Reiki doesn't fix it. Right, exactly, Kara. So I just put my mic on. Can you just give me a 1 in the box again if you can hear me? I just want to make sure everybody can hear me okay. Just give me a quick 1 in the box if you can hear me. And so I'm going to keep talking anyway, and I hope you can all hear me. So we compare ourselves to others. So we look at other people and we're like, oh, they're doing this, and thank you, Kara, they're doing this, and they're so much better than I am. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Adam. Hi, Adam. Good to see you on here. So comparing yourselves. Oh, I do that a lot. I do that a lot with other coaches. I do that a lot with other people who do Facebook Lives. Or I was doing it a lot. I stopped doing that now because I realized that it's just self-defeating. How am I going to get anywhere in life if I am constantly comparing myself, trying to catch up with someone else instead of just being me, just being who I am. And by the way, who I am right here, 1 in a billion. That's right, guys, 1 in a billion. Okay? And you're all 1 in a billion. We all are. We're all special, and we all have our own ways of doing things. And when you can really own that, your positive affirmations are going to start to work, because you're going to really believe them. You see, when we're operating under these negative beliefs about ourselves, about the world, whatever it is, the affirmations can't work because we don't really believe them. What we really believe is in our operating system. Like a good one, I was just talking to my girlfriend about this earlier today. She actually texted me and said, I just found a belief that you have to work hard for your money. Well, no wonder that she's been struggling, and no wonder, because she believes you have to work hard for your money. I have the same belief. I'm working on shifting that belief right now, that you have to work hard for your money. That's untrue, you guys. That's untrue. When you are working from your heart, when you're working from your passion, it feels like play. And yes, you may be working hard, and there's nothing wrong with hard work, but it doesn't have to feel like a struggle. And that's a good one, because I actually, when I first moved to California, I was here only a few months, and I remember waking up one morning and hearing the thought. It like went from my unconscious to conscious, and I heard the thought, okay, another day of struggle. And I just stopped myself and I went, whoa, that's what you've been thinking every single morning when you get up? No wonder we're struggling. So once I became clear that that is a thought pattern that I had, I was able to shift it. And so I was able to see that negative belief and then start to fill that in with life is joyful. Life is easy. There's another helicopter going by while I'm trying to do a Facebook Live outside, and it's perfect. Yeah, and it's a yellow and red one too. How interesting. How often do you see that? I don't think I've ever seen that. So, you guys, it's really about digging into what I'm going to call the dark. Digging into the negative beliefs, digging into, what you are really thinking, and bringing that to your conscious so that you can have the power to say, okay, so here's my new thought now. I hear that thought, and this is my new thought. And so for me, I'm going to replace that you have to work hard for money with, it's easy to make money. I can make money having fun. There are all different ways for income to come in to me, and I can do it by giving of myself and doing things that I'm passionate about and doing things that I love. And that is really, it takes practice. So this isn't going to happen for me overnight. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, now I'm a millionaire because I just shifted my thought yesterday. It takes time, you guys. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes consciousness, but you can get there. And then when you get there, you start to live from that space, and live from that space the minute you decide. Act as if, I'm sure you guys have heard that before, act as if, live from that space. I was in a point, at one point, my day job business I was struggling, and that's part of the manifestation of you have to work hard for money, and it's a struggle. And so I was operating on that, and I was looking, and if you saw my post yesterday, it was about what we put our attention on and our focus on grows. And so I was focusing on all the things that weren't working in my business. I was so focused, and in fact, one day I was complaining about it. I was complaining about it to my mom. And I was just like, and then this, and then that happened, and then this person did this, and then that. And all of a sudden I stopped myself, and I just heard, you're complaining, and all you're doing is looking for what's wrong. And so I stopped in my tracks, and I went, you know what, Mom? Never mind. And I started to look at all the success I've had in my business. I started to look at all the great people I've come by, and all the good clients I have. And I started focusing on that. And you want to know what happened? Literally like magic, the very next day, things started moving in my business. Because before that, when I was complaining and struggling and comparing myself to other people, quite frankly, and operating from the belief that it's a struggle and you have to work hard and struggle to make money, as soon as I realized it and shifted it, everything started to move. Everything started to move. The other thing that I started doing in that moment was things that I feel more passionate about, because I was relying on this kind of day job, which there are aspects of it that I like a lot. And that's the other thing. I shifted how I was looking at this business, because this business is supporting me right now. This business is why I can get on Facebook Live and talk to you guys. It's why I'm thinking about doing like a free coaching call thing. And I can do that because this day job business supports me financially, right? Because we all need money. I mean, that's it. That's life, you guys, right? We all need money. So I was able to, so once I did that, once I got into, I think I even did a Facebook Live. I think that's what I did, or I posted something, but I did something in personal development and in transformation. And as soon as I did that and I shifted my thoughts, literally like magic, everything in my business started to move. Everything started to change. And thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. I think you're awesome. I think you're all awesome. Thank you to every single person who's watching this live, and thank you to everyone who's going to watch this on the replay, because this is so important. This is so important, you guys. So what I really want you to get is that it's safe to look in the dark. And by the way, there's no dark and light. It's the judgment that we place on things. It all just is. It all just is. It's our programming. It's what society told us to believe. It's what our teachers and our parents and one of your friends' parents or whoever it is. Yes, Laura, focus on the positive. But you also have to look at the negative. You also have to get clear on where you have been operating from. And I promise you, it's safe. You guys, it's safe to go there. It's safe to look in the dark. Because when you do, and you shine some light on it, it's no longer dark. It becomes the light. And then you get to live from that space. And then your positive affirmations are going to actually start to work because you believe them, because you live them. Do you get it, you guys? Can I get some feedback? Drop a comment. Tell me if this is resonating with you. Tell me about a negative belief you've busted yourself in, and what are you going to shift it to? What are you going to shift it to? You know, I'm trying to think of other negative things that people think and what you can shift it through. Right, exactly, Laura. Observe it, thank it, and move on. Thank you for that, because that is an excellent point, because we don't want you to live there. Notice it, get it to the consciousness, don't live there. Once it's conscious, then work on shifting it. Then work on shifting it. Oh, Laura, you did that today. I would love to hear about that. If you want to share in the comments, I would love to hear what happened for you today. So I'm going to wrap up in a minute, you guys. I think this message is complete, but I would love to hear from you. So, thinking of debt, focusing on how far I've come. Oh, Laura, what a beautiful, beautiful example. Thank you for that. It really... Carol, I'm going to get to yours in a minute. That just made me laugh. It really is so easy when we're in debt. When we're in, hello, Jill. Welcome. So glad to see you on here. When we're in debt, when the finances are so, oh my God, you guys, finances and money, such a place where we stick to our negative beliefs. We go into these patterns that don't serve us. And it really is about reprogramming yourself. So a bunch of people are hopping on now. I'm just about ready to hop off. Hi, Donna. So great to see you on here. So, Carol, what was that? Were you saying your mom said throw it over the fence? I would love to hear more about that and what that means. Because it really is important to really get to the truth of what's going on for you, and then you can believe it. Donna, if you are still watching, I was talking about how Debbie used to say it's like throwing ice cream on poop, when you want to ignore the negative and just be all love and light and look at the positive, and that you think that's going to change your life, and how it is safe. It is so safe, you guys, to look in the dark. It's so safe to look at that negative patterns, those beliefs. It really is. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for sharing. So does anybody have any questions for me or anything else that you want to share? I try to keep these videos brief because I know you're all busy and you want to get back to your lives, and then people watching on the replay are busy. So any questions for me, anything you want to share about a belief you have? I'm going to just see if I could look back in the comments and see. Yes, so Laura, okay, so Laura, thank you. Okay, so that is, so Laura looks at, so there's her debt, right? And she had been focusing, instead of focusing on the debt, which debt can come with lots of beliefs of I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I don't know how to handle money. That's a big one. I don't know how to handle money. And so she recognized where she was thinking. And I think it was Kate Northrup who I heard call it stinking thinking. I love that, stinking thinking. So she got past that stinking thinking by focusing on how far she's come, and then saying to herself that she's working her way out. I'm working my way out of debt. I'm getting better every day. I'm shifting the way I view the world. I'm working on my health every day. I get healthier every day. But again, those only are going to work if you really believe them. And the way to really believe them is to get to what was underneath them. So thank you. I'm just going back through, going back through these comments. Question above, Stacy said. Okay. I would love, oh, I see Ursula is here. Happy birthday, Ursula. I believe it's your birthday today. Namaste. Uh-oh. Stinking thinking is an AA term. Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me that, Kara. I heard it through Kate Northrup. Oh, great, Laura. So Laura now has a score that is much higher. So good for you. That's great. I don't see the question, Stacy Turner. Is there any way you could like, ooh, you stinker. Somebody said something to me and I thought to myself, I don't need money. And I went, oh, really? Oh, that's been hiding back there, huh? Okay, you stinker. And I started with affirmations that I do need money. I can use money for good. I can use money to make impact and change in the world. Because a lot of people have a lot of negative beliefs about money because we see a lot of people in the world doing some very unethical things in the name of money. We see a lot of greed happening in the world. People being unethical. Have to be mindful that when your thought wanders into whatever chatter your ego wants you to listen to right now, you can go back and sorry, somebody's talking on their speakerphone.